Okay, can you hear me now? Looks like it should be working. Okay, so I seem to be having all the tiles there, so for some reason it's not allowing me to do that global mask. Put on some C64 music for you if you want. Name that C64 tune. So I don't know why that's... Why that's bitching. Very annoying. C64 music. Parallax. Yeah, Parallax theme tune. C64. Right, I think I'm going to have to create a grid for this because it's not... Something wrong with this mask thing, it's not working right. I need to do a test and get the QA guys to have a look at it. Nobody's used it before, so me. Does mean I might be able to get it into each tile map having its own mask, which would be nice. Right, so PS grid create. List. What I can do now, I can use a wonderful cleanup event. Cleanup event's basically like a destructor, always gets called. So any resources you create, you can stick in there. So don't need to put all those in now. I can just go hits. Take out all that stuff. So metal wants to take 2 hits. Oh, actually, this one should make that global because it's the balls that do the hit stuff. I love the coordinate stuff. Alright, so don't need to do that, just get So that's fine. I've got to mask that off as well, I guess. Why are you not getting that? You're clearly on the wrong line. That's interesting. Windows are pages off of. Right, so and pick counter back in. So you should do that, you should do last time it comes in. Just in case. Oh, global. That's interesting. I expected it to crash there. New thing. Had to crash, then crashed. That was a bit weird. Okay. Now, what we want to do is on the ball striking that. If it's not, then you get the tile. Oh, that's getting really annoying. Why is that out? It's just nowhere near. Let's kill that for a minute and then see what it's something to do with the text editor. Let's see what's fine. Something's throwing it out. So, excuse me. So, now given this, what we can do is probably the same line as this, to be honest, is create what the hell did I just do there? There's a shortcut key to close those. Sure look like it. Things you find. Let's stick it in there just now. Let's see what it does. Okay, we'll go with that. Probably want to do that outside of it. Twing. Twing. Cool. It's actually a little bit slow though, isn't it? That needs to speed up a bit. Let's just change the frame rate to 40. And try that again. And the parallax is a bit annoying, I have to say. Twing. Twing. Cool. We have too many pickups. Hey. Put them as a little pause before it finished. Couldn't get masks working. Kind of masks. Okay, so let's by the way, if you press the P key and click, it will pick whatever's under the mouse. So it lets you jump straight to things. It's the same as this button up here. Select from any layer. Just super useful. Of course it's wrong. You're going to be wrong as well, yeah. Oh, so it begins. Surprisingly satisfying, I have to say. Particularly when the code for it's just next to nothing. Crash. Of course it crashes. So I've got 3 levels, so interesting things we've got in here. We have a parent room that defines the border the sprites and so on. And then levels inherit from that, and basically just have the tile maps added into them. That way you don't have to define objects, boundaries, whatever else you want to put in there. You get it all from the parent. Parent also defines the size of the room, or views, which means if you're got complicated views, you can set it up once and then they just inherit from it. Super useful. So what I'm going to do now, I think that one should be a little level. Hold on. So what else does a breakout game normally have? Let's look at Arkanoid's actual screen. I have no idea what it looks like. Okay. Score, high score. Oh, it's got shadows down the side, actually. That would be a good idea. Take over the top of the blocks. Let's just try and see what it looks like. So that is the actual Arkanoid. Oh, it's really different, isn't it? It's got shadows going down, so shadows are on the shadow layer. Okay, so underneath the blocks, not over the top. Oh, there's things like that. Little glass things. Okay. Don't really want to do that, but yeah. Let's put a little bit of shadow on the levels. Can we do that in the parent? So let's use that. What the hell? Oh, you're not right. Yeah, duplicating that offset one's odd. No, but actually there's something I should really keep a note of these bugs. It's been 2 or 3. Let's said I was going to do, and I'm starting to forget them already. So and then tile offset mask. Okay, that's a bit strange. So let's just shadow this. That will like. There you go. Of course, in theory, I guess we could actually do a proper shadow of that shape. It wouldn't be terribly complicated. In fact, can you not just so duplicate the asset layer, hide the old one, can't you just do that? And then I think I'll set it down. Oh, it's a bit tedious. Yeah, some kind of global change on that would be nice. Those two. Why are you up there? GameMaker Studio. Virgin Media, fantastic internet in the UK. I've got like a 200 megabit line. I have to do the other side as well. So this is a bit tedious. I want to do a batch set on that, I have to say. It's very pretty though. Which one's that? That'll be that one there. It was an arcade cabinet. It's still got the JAMA stuff in it, but it's still on arcade boards. It's now a main cabinet. Over the other side, which you probably can't see, is a Ridge Racer one, which is a proper Ridge Racer arcade. There we go. So that looks prettier, doesn't it? Yeah, sounds nice. So really you want the bat to go underneath that, don't you? Well, could be at the same level, I suppose. Boop. Depends on the effect you want, I suppose, if you want those going over the top or not. Why did you not? When that was first time that block was hit, it just disappeared. Okay, but again, as you can see, this goes into the parent room, and then I don't have to put it anywhere else. So even though it was a bit monotonous, the children get it all. As long as you control it from the parent, it's fine. So I could decide that the asset shadows are going underneath. And that way they're kind of at the same level again. Just kind of all good. No, the problem with the older one, the reason we switched up to DX11 is because DX9 doesn't have the support it needs. A lot of graphics card drivers just don't put a lot of testing in. So we were getting countless bugs back for DX9 stuff because nobody really cares about it anymore. Vista's dead, and all the other platforms have DX11. So they've been putting all their effort and testing effort into DX11. So it gets rid of a whole load of bugs. Intel's been particularly bad about it, but all of the driver makers are guilty of it. They put all their effort into the newer drivers. So DX11 it is. Right, so let's kill that. There's a big pause now when you do that, isn't there? Need to look at that as well. Don't know what to do next. What did Arkanoid have in it? Can't be bothered doing high scores. Boring. Do more pickups, I suppose. You get the shooting, pick them up and pick up and stuff. It's just very easy, so. Let's just have a little recap of the stuff that's there. That would be good. So, okay, so we have basic tile map. First tile is always blank. This tile here was used as a debug to see where our ball was. Really bad background that we used to tile, then animate. Ball with shadow. Bat that I do want to redo because it's a bit crud. Needs to be a bit thicker if nothing else. The pickup for points. Multi-ball pickup. This was a test one that I did with a different way of drawing the pickup so that it's actually just a flat with a multiplier over the top to give it that bit of depth. Just see what it looked like. Works pretty well. Any other pickup we'll do that with. We have our pillar that we drew. Again, we did the shadows as a kind of overlay with an alpha on it just to give it a bit of depth. Yeah, Magenta's pretty cool. Again, did a corner, a couple of another corner, bits along the top, a little block animation when you hit a metal thing. We have our tile set, pretty basic. That's all the sprites, not a lot there. We've got one script, so when you hit a block, it comes in with the block. Gets the counter on the block that we use through this little hits grid. Takes one off. So every block in the level's got a counter. If it's 0, it gets rid of the tile and it gets rid of the shadow. Gives it a score. Again, we could give everything a different score depending on the tile. It was enjoyable they did the docs, and they're not right, but they will be getting better. A guy called Alan Savage did all the doc stuff. I should really put this random back in so that it only creates a pickup now and again. We've only got 2 pickups. If the counter's not 0, so it's done a hit. If it's the solid tile, which we could do a macro for and then use that throughout so we don't have to change magic numbers everywhere, then it makes that little shine thing and decrements counter. Pretty easy. The ball, so it's got speed, it gets a copy of the IDs for each of the layers. The step is basically adds it, moves, clears the debug layer in case we want to put in the tile thing. I'll probably take that out now to be honest, we don't really use the debug one. But that lets you see where the tile is. I'll stick it back in so you can see what it does. So it kind of shows you the block that you're going to be able to hit, which is useful for debugging. It's actually offset a little bit now, so I'll probably just get rid of it. Don't need it anymore. It's super useful for figuring things out. Don't need that. So we just bounce around. It bounces off the edge of the room. That's off the left side, that's off the right, that's off the top. And then it's a little check just to make sure that this collision stuff doesn't go off the bottom, because you want the ball to run off the bottom. And then if you hit a block, so it gets the tile, if it's not a zero block, which is the space, then it takes the tile away, which is pretty straightforward. The bat does most of the work. These kind of games are easy, there's nothing to them. So the crate, again, gets all the layer stuff, don't need that anymore. We've got a flag, don't need that. Gets the width and height, creates a grid based on the width and height of the map, and then goes through. If we find the solid tile, again, it could be a macro, then we set its hit count to 2, so it has a wee pling. So that's all that's doing. Step doesn't do very much. You basically set the X to where the mouse is so that the mouse is moving the bat. What we can do here, though, which has been annoying me, is if it is less than 0, less than 16 now, isn't it? Because we don't want to go past there. 16. So it hits the left hand side. 16 as well, because there's a 16 on the other side. Let's give that a quick go. Don't have a tutorial, but I'll probably upload it as a demo. There you go, so it sticks there and sticks there. Although it's kind of going over if you freak it out a bit. That's because the comparison's wrong. 16. Yeah, that should be alright. Yeah, I'll probably stick it up in the marketplace as a demo. You can download and look at. I don't really want to make a tutorial. Mark Alexander, who does the manual, Nocturne on the GMC, he does most of the tutorials. But it's a decent demo to look at. It kind of shows you how much you can get in the free version. It's in the trial one. You can still get like full games, pretty much. It's just the level stuff. If you're inventive, you could do this with like one room really. So you can get quite good at doing stuff. So yeah. So that moves the bat. It checks to see if there's any balls still active. Really what I want to do there is balls or pickups. Should probably use a parent for this, I guess. So you're only checking one thing instead of 3. That way, so if the ball falls off and there's still like a multiple falling, then you can kind of get it. Yeah, that outrun thing's up on the marketplace for GMS2. I did one that split it up into bits, so it was a bit easier to follow. Don't think it'll import into the free one just now. Well, you know, marketplace on free anyway, so you have to wait until you get the full one. So what was I saying? Yeah. So if there's nothing on screen and it hasn't already done it, then it takes the balls down, and if you're out of balls, it goes back to the title screen. Again, you could stick that on a delay so everything just pauses for a minute. It's probably not a bad idea. Let's do that. 1, 2. Title. Step. So instead of doing that, then we do 1 bracket 2 equals 20. Couple of seconds. We also want to do flag, just so you know you've already done it. And I stick that in the create event. And that will only fire once. So think, 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 think. Oh, there we go. Don't. Object. Oh yeah, you can do that. I do that quite a lot actually. C64 emulator is more or less like one object with a big hundreds of scripts around it. Depends what you're doing. Oh. Probably don't want to let you fire if that's been. So, don't let you do that if it's dead. No, but we've been kind of secretive up until release of this. I did stream before, was it last year, year before? When I was doing my emulator. I streamed little bits of that. But with this one coming out, we're obviously a bit. Let's do that again. Why are you doing that? With this one, we now can show stuff. So we're a bit more interested in actually demoing things. What are you doing? So you're obviously getting through to there. Zero. And not all. Yeah, that's probably right. There we go. Oh, back to front. Right, that's it. So that does the end of game stuff. Depends. If you're just going to call the same thing, then you're going to end up with an event that's got a single call to it. So it's just a waste of a script. So you use scripts where you need where you need shareable code. But if it's just an event that's just going to do the one thing, then there's no point in having a script. Not really. Right, so that's the def bit. And then this bit here is about the detects. Basically loops through the whole level. And then if it was empty, then it sets the end of the level, then has a little delay, so it pauses and goes back. Up that flow as well. Magic number are us. Then you've got the collision stuff. So if the ball's falling down, then you need to make sure it's on top of the bat. ball's falling down, then the ball will collide with the top of the bat, it's not going to collide with the bottom. If it's going up, which is negative obviously, then you want to put the ball at the bottom of the bat, which is the height, plus the height of the ball, well, half the height of the ball, from the centre, which is 3 in this case, and that aligns it with the bottom so it can kind of bounce off the bottom for some bizarre reason. You could do a multiple that has basically two things, and the ball could ricochet in between them. That would work just fine. You'd probably have to move some of the controller code out here into a controller object if you were going to do that, just so that when you create another bat it didn't start making level decisions or any of this stuff. So it was just the ball collision, and then you move everything else somewhere else. But that collides with the ball, nice and simple. It still only does bounding box collision on this, doesn't do precise collision. Should avoid that if possible. On the multi-ball, when it hits that, then it creates 4 balls, just offsets it from the top, and then does random speeds and whatnot. You get a stack of points, and then it deletes that. Pickups for the score, just gives you a big score, destroys the other one. The left mouse starts the game, or if you lose your ball, starts that again, depending on the kind of state that it's in. Has a random direction, go left or right. The draws the bat. That's totally the wrong way around. Yeah, I noticed that. Nah, I'm just using the built-in collision. There you go. That looks better. The bat suddenly looks right. Much nicer. No, I'm using the built-in collision functions. The built-in collision in the event. I'm not doing anything else. Either that or I'm using tile functions and just colliding. The ball collides with them. But that bat looks much better now all of a sudden, now that I've done it right. Oh. You also notice there's not nearly as many pickups now. I did say in the last stream that I did that really the ball should change angle depending on where you hit it on the bat. But I'm kind of ignoring that for the moment. That lets you change direction, lets you make it less steep and so on. So if you hit it off to the side, it should ping off at a different angle. That lets you aim things a little bit better. That went straight through that bat, I saw that. Why did that happen? I think that's that collision stuff. We're using the new fast collision system. I think it has a slight issue. It's missing some collisions. Yeah, see, that went straight through as well. Can't quite tell. It's tempting to get every single one, but actually you want the slow ones. doing it a lot. I can see it now. Like that, straight through. Fortunately, there's a stream. I can file a bug. Oh yeah, it really needs to collide there, doesn't it? It's going right up to the top now. It should be hitting 16 pixels, I think it was, down. Bloop. Hey. Okay. No, you don't need to do that. You just change the X delta. So normally you've got a speed of dx dy, the y being the speed going up the way, and the x going across. If they're even, you're going to get 45 degrees. If you vary it, make it less or more, it'll change angle, and that's all you need. You don't need to work out angles. You never did anything that complicated in the old days. Panel. So that just draws the panel. Sets the size to the same as everything else, so it's not in kind of super high res mode. Blots out the top with a big black bit. Draws the score, draws some balls underneath for how many balls you've got left. And then the destroy just kills off the global hits table. That's all that is. The pickups are pretty simple. It's got speed, it moves it, and then when it's there, it goes off screen. Again, you could do that as a parent so they just kind of fall. That'd probably be better. This is exactly the same. Doesn't do anything fancy. Title. Click the button. It runs. Draws a bit of text in the middle. Probably want to do that GUI thing as well in here, to be honest, just so it's the same size. Which one was it? It's the bat, wasn't it? On the GUI panel, so that way it's always going to be the same size. No, there's definitely something going on with those collisions because it's going right through the bat. Hey, that's much better. Just now and again it just falls right through the bat and I can't quite figure out why. Like I say, it's on the stream, you can see it. It just kind of jumps through and gets pushed down. I'll seem to bother about it. It's only on the multi-ball as well, so it's weird. Don't pay attention. You really want a little effect when you pick things up, don't you? That just moves out of the way there. How stupid was that? There we go. It's like if you hit it on the side, it can skip through somehow. Oops. Out. I understand how it can. Definitely too. I'm convinced the collision's got an issue of some sort. I can't quite picture it. So the only good thing is this is streaming it, so you can actually look at the stream and see the error. and see that I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy, I tell you. That went straight through. I saw that. It was right above it. Wasn't anything weird with it. Like that. Like that. See? Definitely something weird. Thing is, if I did a binding box on it myself, it would work straight away because there's nothing to it. But the idea is to test it, so you know. Okay, I shall have to follow that as well. Here's my list. Including having issues with breakout game. How far into the stream are we? 58 minutes in. So you can go through and find it himself. Teach Jobo about what? He does do some stuff now and again. Quite sure new projects, but he does do some stuff. Alright, so that's the title page, that's done. The objects. Don't know what to do on this really. What should I put in? Yep. I'm going to change that back because it is annoying me. So that was being all smart with it, but actually it's mince. Makes it look smoother, doesn't it? So I'll pick that one. Get one brighter on it. Like that. Something that's going to look like in game. Yeah, doing that. I still think this should be out there as well, I have to say. Actually, you know something? I think it would be better to do it like it was a shadow. Too much? Oh, it's a bit too much. Oh, terrible. I just want to keep it simple then. Probably. Hey, John was here. Yeah, simpler the better, but it looks nice. Just open source it, Jobbo. Let some other bugger do it. It's just every and again one goes right through. That's not like that as well, just straight through. Oh yeah, I've got to collide off the top properly. Oh, this is boring. Pretty games are dull. Alright, so ball has to collide off the image. Sprite. The ball has to collide off of top 16. 16. So I can do that better because I don't have to clear anything. That's taking longer and longer, isn't it? So let's just hide. Don't do that. Do it in the parent. Hide bricks. Still going to collide on them, so I'm just not going to see them. Yeah, okay, never mind. I don't have enough hair for Bob Ross. It's getting less all the time. It's the stress of dealing with Jobbo. those are slow ones. They're good ones. Oh. It's just, it's getting really annoying. Hey, that's all I want to test. Come up, hitting the top. Hoorah! Pretty sure that went over the bat as well, I have to say. That's almost time. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a day there. Some of us have real work tomorrow. I will probably clean this up, stick it in the marketplace as a demo. You can all kind of get and play with. It does demonstrate tile stuff, some collision. It's got a parent room, show you how to use those. There's not actually that much code to it. You get the kind of basics of a breakout game. So pretty straightforward. We'll have to see about that bug. I've got several bugs that have shown up. That's fine. Okay peeps, thanks for coming. See you next time.